Are we taking the same exam?
Yeah.
Got 2 wrongs and you got 1 wrong.
Yep.
My dad is gonna be disappointed after saying. What's up YouTube, it's Mahi here and welcome back to my channel. As you can see today I have a special guest. Kevin, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Gavin. I have an account called 北大留子改味 or PKU Gavin. I do a lot of content in Peking University, China, and just about life all over China.
I'm so excited today because I want to challenge myself to see whether or not I can score more than an American native speaker of English in the IELTS test. So I want to ask you, have you ever taken the IELTS exam?
I have not, and I'm not very confident.
I would say maybe you will not score a 9 on the writing one because it has its own rules. It's not just about knowing English, it's also about knowing how to write for IELTS exam. I think you'll definitely do fine with speaking and listening, but reading might be quite challenging because of the time. You don't have enough time to answer all of the questions maybe, but we will see. I'm excited about it. I took IELTS 2 years ago and I got 7.5. But for today, as the video is not, I don't want to make the video that long, we will only take listening and reading. And we are only gonna take the hardest question of these 2 skills because the first questions are easier, the last questions become like harder. So we're gonna take that. We have our laptops. It's like the computer version of IELTS.
This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only.
March, please.
Fine.
Excellent. Could I just take your details that I can...
Okay.
Okay, done.
Check.
We have 1
That
minute
is the end
to
of part 1.
comment on our answers, and then we will see the results. I think I wrote garage wrong, and
I think I did too.
and I think question number 6 is wrong. My answer
Me
is wrong.
too. I was confused. I was like, what?
Let's press check.
Okay. What?
Oh, you cannot see the
I only got 1 wrong.
garage was wrong. I said the garage is wrong.
Okay, number 8. It
Oh,
says
it's correct. The parking.
yeah, I was right. Yeah. Number 8, it says views of blank from the living room. I knew it said bridge, but she said Stonebridge.
Stonebridge,
So
yeah.
I put Stonebridge.
Me too.
But you can only put 1 word, so I got it wrong.
And then view of hilltop monuments. I wrote monuments. But she said monuments.
That's cheap. That should be right. But I guess there's only 1 monument, so.
I heard like I thought maybe she's talking about monuments, so I
Yeah.
added the S.
Damn. Oh, shoot.
So yeah, garage. I had no idea how to write. Technically, garage should have 2 R's because it's between.
Garage.
Yeah.
But it's
garage.
technically pronounced garage.
No, it's because it's between 2 vowels. I thought maybe that's why it's like 2. Isn't it the rule?
I have no idea. I don't know English rules. I just know how to speak it.
I thought maybe it's garage.
No, that would make sense.
That wouldn't?
2 R. No, it would.
It would? Okay,
Yeah.
thank God. So technically the Stonebridge, okay, you also made that mistake, so
You put Stonebridge too? See?
and monuments I
You
made 4
basically-
mistakes,
yeah.
but the real mistake was the parking one that I wrote 3. So.
Basically, we got them all right. That's what you're saying.
This is really bad, oh my God. I scored 60%.
I got what, 90%?
60%. My dad is gonna be disappointed after saying.
But your marks that you got marked off were like, you got it right. It's just, the system
it's
was
just
too
the
strict.
small little things that we have to keep in mind. We are gonna do reading. It's gonna be a diagram completion, which is the hardest one for me.
Okay, I'm done.
Wait.
No rush.
look bad in front of the audience.
The test does not represent your true level of English. 100%. I
No,
agree.
because I intentionally chose the hard ones.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know this. They don't know.
Well, now they know. I guess.
I'm not gonna put this in the video. I'm not.
Do it.
gonna-
You got this. Don't,
I can't.
You can.
I can't even. Are we taking the same exam?
Yeah. This one, right? Yeah. You got this.
I feel like the answer starts from
The
like
very end.
yeah.
One eternity later.
Got 2 wrongs and you got 1 wrong.
Yep. I've got an 83.
I got a 67.
Because there's like 5 questions or 6 questions. If you
60 looks bad, you
it
know?
looks bad, but it's only
But
2
if you say
questions.
2 out of 6, it looks better than 67.
It does. It does.
Oh, it was so tiring.
So now we are done. We did listening and reading test. So, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem to be a test that really tests your English fluidity levels. It more tests your knowledge on if you know how to take a test in general. And so that's kind of unfortunate because it doesn't show your true levels and capabilities. Like for you, your true English levels, amazing, insane English. But this test just, it doesn't allow you to show it and shine through. And so it's unfortunate. Maybe the English like speaking portion would be better, but it's more like testing your brain speed, I guess, almost.
yeah,
Same
because
as this.
time is also a part of knowledge.
That's
And,
true.
like, of course, if you give me 2 hours for IELTS reading, I will score. Like, once I did it, I give myself like a whole time because I was practicing. So I was taking my time, chilling and answering, and I managed to do quite well.
Yeah.
Whereas in the actual test, you only have 1 hour to do all that. So, yeah.
And it's a struggle because I get why there'd be a time limit like that, but sometimes it's not the best way I feel like to actually test a language. Fake language really needs to be tested. I don't really know, but just in other ways that can truly let you show off your knowledge and your fluidity in a language.
Now I want to share with you the time I felt really fluent in a language wasn't when I got a C2 and wasn't when I get a PhD in the future. The time I realized my level in that language is really good is when I call someone like a native speaker
Oh, yeah.
and they cannot tell that I'm not a native speaker of that language. I think that's the ultimate, like that's the goal for me is it happened with Arabic. When I call people, they never notice. Or when I tell them that I'm not Arab, they get shocked. So this is my goal, even for English or other languages. I want them to question my nationality. Like, are you really a foreigner? Like, are you not from Xinjiang? Like,
Yeah.
something like that is my goal. So I think that's like the best way to see whether or not you're actually fluent, which is really hard because no matter how good you are in that language, as long as your accent is
Yeah.
the accent is really tricky. I remember once I asked you about my English level, and you mentioned something interesting.
What did I say?
Was it you?
don't know.
Or was it Charlie? I asked like, how is my English? And then, or was it Charlie? Okay, I asked an American native speaker, it was either him or Charlie, that about my English, and you guys said, no, it's amazing, no, I think you are fluent. And then I said, okay, but can you guess that I'm not a native speaker of English?
Oh, that was me, yeah.
It was you, yeah, right. And you said, yeah, obviously. I said, okay, then what is the problem that makes me not sound like a native speaker? And you said intonation.
Yeah.
So no matter how good your accent or vocab or grammar is, the intonation is, I think, the thing that we never learn, and it's like the top.
Yeah.
Like, what did you mean by intonation? Can you explain this to
So like when you speak English, for example, okay, no, let's switch it around. When I speak English, for example, I don't pronounce words super, super clearly. Like I don't pronounce every single syllable, especially in English because at the end of a sentence or at the end of a word, a lot of the times we'll like kind of morph it and like make it very not clear. But when you speak, every single word and syllable is very clear. which is great because I can understand amazingly. It sounds awesome. But because of how Americans at least speak English, we don't do that. It's like you would say,
Yeah, we don't do that.
yeah,
That.
yeah,
You say that.
that.
I say that.
Yeah, exactly. You say t.
Yeah.
We don't say that. We say that. And so because of small things like that, more at the end of a word, those are kinds of pronunciations that a lot of Middle Eastern languages have. And so that's where if we hear the accent, even if we don't see it, we can kind of guess and say that it might be like a more Middle Eastern person or something like that. But that isn't all of the time. Most of the time, I'd say you have a very native accent. It's just there's occasionally like one word like that.
That pops out. I like. It's
Exactly.
like, oh, she's not a native
Yeah,
speaker.
it's like, oh, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the solution then? How can we?
I think the solution is just to spend more time with people native in that language and, as maybe annoying as it sounds, become like a baby around them and just copy everything they say. Not just copying the words, copying the way that they say it. It's like not making fun of them in that way of copying, but like, trying to mimic exactly how they say it. And then you take that and turn it into your own words when you speak later on. And so that's kind of what I did in Chinese. And like now, like you were saying, when I call someone, like the takeout delivery people, when I call them, usually they can't hear that I'm a foreigner until I show up and I come outside and they're like, oh, you're a foreigner. And I'm like, yeah. And so that's like, it's a big feeling of accomplishment. But then sometimes it's like, someone will say that in the beginning. And then I'm like, let me say 2 more sentences and you'll hear that I'm a foreigner. Because there's always, like you said, that one word that I can't quite pronounce right. And then they're like, foreigner.
Yeah. So it's all about mimicking. This is something that I'm so thankful that you told me, because I never thought about intonation being a problem. I always thought that the problem with pronunciation is the accent. I have to be more like, I don't know. I have to focus more on the pronunciation.
No,
and
you sound very American.
like the R.
No, you say it great.
If I want to speak in Persian accent, this is my accent. If I want to speak in my own accent, this is how I would speak.
Yeah.
Speak, not speak.
Yeah.
No matter how good you speak in that language, as long as you translate, it's not gonna work.
It doesn't come out right. Yeah.
So is there one last piece of advice that you would love to share?
I think one of the last things of advice that I can give is kind of like what you were saying when it comes to translating from, say, your native language into the language you're learning, is to not do that. Because when you do that, that's when a lot of problems come up, and that's when you don't sound native. So basically, my advice is to become a baby when you're learning a language, because when babies learn language, they don't learn language by translating or with vocab cards. They learn language by saying, they see this, and this is a phone. They see it, and they attach a meaning to it, a name to it. And so when you see something like, say, the color blue, in Chinese, when you see this color, you shouldn't be thinking in English, this is blue. And then think in your head, oh, blue in Chinese is 蓝色, and then say 蓝色. What you need to do is find a way to connect this color to the words of 蓝色, so that when you see this, you can automatically think in Chinese and almost like have your own Chinese dictionary in your head, so that you don't have to translate. It just, you're thinking in that language, in that mindset already.
Yeah, great piece of advice. So this is how also you managed to learn Chinese.
Yeah.
In this way.
Just environment. Yeah, very important.
Like consume as much content in that language, or surround yourself with that language, or just make a language learning lifestyle in a way that you're always surrounded by that language. That's, I think, the best way. Okay, thank you so much, Kevin, for taking the time and doing the test. I know it wasn't that
It was fun. It was fun.
easy, like it's time consuming, so thank you so much for the time. And if you guys want Kevin in my next videos, let me know in the comments if you want him to share more of his experience living in China, studying in China, and learning languages. Please let us know in the comments down below, and I will also share his account so you can also follow him. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.